Hello, Mount Calvary, and welcome to Daily Devotional. I'm Vicar Tim, and we're continuing our way through Judges. Today we're looking at Judges chapter 7, verse 23, all the way till Judges chapter 8, verse 21. Verse 21. And we're going to see the conclusion of yesterday's story. So let's do a quick reminder. If you remember, Gideon yesterday had a huge army, and God says it's too big. Cut it down. So, well, people are afraid, tell them to leave. God says, okay, people leave. A lot of people, 22,000. He's left with 10,000. And God says, that's still too much. Tell him more people leave. Here's how we're going to do it. We're going to go down the river and we're going to do a test. And people who kneel, they're gone. People who stay standing and putting water up with their hands and lap it, that's their army. 300 men. That's his army. And they split up into three groups and they go around the camp. Well, before they get to the camp, God says, tonight you're going to attack. And if you don't think you're going to win, go listen. Gideon goes and he listens and he hears a dream, and the dream says a loaf of bread comes into camp and it destroys the tent, the command tent. And another enemy soldier says, well, that is Gideon, son of Joash. He's going to come and he's going to take us over. So Gideon goes back, he gets his 300 men divided into three groups, and they go around the camp, and they make a bunch of noise, and they cause a bunch of chaos. And the people of Midian, the men of Midian, God causes them to fight amongst themselves. God is at work here, causing them to fight themselves, and that's where we left off. With the people of Midian, the men of Midian, fleeing. And so they're fleeing, and so now Gideon goes, and he tells the rest of Israel, we need your help. And so the men of Israel were summoned from Naphtali, Asher, and all of Manasseh to help pursue the troops in Midian. And Gideon also sent messengers to the whole mountain region of Ephraim with this message: go into battle against Midian, capture the watering holes as far as Beth Barah and the Jordan River. All the men of Ephraim were summoned to help. They captured the watering holes as far as Beth Barah and the Jordan River. They also captured Oreb and Zareb, the two Midianite commanders. They killed Oreb at the rock Oreb, and Zeb at the winepress of Zeb. They kept on pursuing Midian, and they brought the severed heads of Oreb and Zeb to Gideon on the other side of the Jordan River. Right? So Gideon says we need backup, so he calls a bunch of Israelites, especially the tribe of Ephraim, and Ephraim goes and they do what they're asked. They secure some tactical points, the watering holes, if you can understand, right? We know Israel, this is not, water is not very available in this part that's close to the desert. And so he says, we need to get to watering holes. This is a tactical move, and that's also where people will be flying to, or fleeing to. And they do that. And not only do they do that, but they capture the two main generals, and now Gideon is across the Jordan River, and this is where the story gets a little more interesting. So Gideon, he goes to the town called Succoth. And this is what the Bible tells us. Gideon and his 300 men headed toward the Jordan River. They were exhausted when they crossed it, but they kept pursuing the enemy. So Gideon said to the men of Succoth, please give me some food for the men under my command. They're exhausted, and I'm pursuing King Zeba and King Zalmunna of Midian. The general of Succoth replied, we shouldn't give your army food. You haven't captured Zeba and Zalmunna yet. Right? So he goes to this town, Succoth, and he says, we need some help. We need some food. We're getting this enemy. It's going to help you. It's going to help us. Help us out. And they say, nope. After this, they go to Penuel, which is where Jacob wrestles God in Genesis, and they give them the same answer. And so Zeba and Zalmunna were in Karkor with an army of about 15,000 men. This was all that was left of Kedem's entire army. In the battle, 120,000 soldiers died. So Gideon went up to the tent dwellers, Rod, Isanoba, and Jogabaha, and defeated the unsuspecting Midianite army. Zeba and Zalmunna fled. As Gideon pursued them, he captured King Zeba and King Zalmunna of Midian. The whole Midianite army panicked. Right? So now Gideon, the son of Joash, has both kings, Zeba and Zalmunna. And Gideon, son of Joash, returned from the battle through the Harris Pass and captured a young man from Succoth. He questioned him And the young men wrote down for him the names of 77 officials and leaders of Succoth. Gideon went to the men of Succoth and said, "Here are Zebah and Zalmunna. You assaulted me when you said, 'We shouldn't give your exhausted men food before you've captured Zebah and Zalmunna.'" And this is where this gets kind of like a movie. So Gideon took the leaders of the city and taught them a lesson using thorns and thistles from the desert. And he tore down the tower of Penuel and killed the men of that city. Yes, Zebah and Zalmunna, what kind of men did you kill at Tabor? They answered, "They were like you. Each one looked like a king's son." Gideon replied, "They were my brothers, my mother's sons. I solemnly swear as the Lord lives, if you had let them live, I would not have to kill you now." So we have a lot going on. He goes back to the cities and he says, "You should have helped us, you should have trusted us," and they punishes them. Thorns and thistles for Succoth and for Penuel, he destroys a tower and he kills the men. Then he asks the kings, "Who'd you kill in Tabor?" And they say, "People like you who look like you. They look like kings." It was his brothers, his siblings, it was his family. So now Gideon feels a need to take it into his own hands and to get revenge. But he doesn't just want revenge, he wants it to be embarrassing. So he goes to his son. This is what the Bible says. Then he told Jether, his firstborn son, "Get up and kill them." But Jether didn't draw his sword. He was afraid because he was only a young man. And Zebah and Zalmunna said, "Get up and do it yourself. It's a man's job." So Gideon got up and killed them. Then he took the half-moon ornaments that were on their camels' necks. And this is a lot in this text. Right? We have doubt of other nations. We have the teamwork of Israel to be victorious. We have God at work through Israel. We have Gideon turning into a sinful being and allowing sin to take him over and killing men. Do they need to be? This is an interesting text that can go lots of different ways. And I think today I'm going to focus on the doubt. Because it's easy for us to see this in our culture, people outside of our faith who doubt our faith. People who say, "Oh, your God can't do that. Your God can't be alive. Your God can't rise from the dead. Your God can't do this. Your God can't do that. Your God can't exist." And yet we are called to boldly confess the truth that God can do this, that God can create everything, that God can come as man and fully God, live a perfect life, die, and rise again, that God can save, that God can and will come back, that God will establish a new creation when he comes back. We live in a world of doubt, and yet you and I are called to do what Gideon does. Trust in the Lord and do what he says. Luckily, God isn't calling us to go on a military rampage and kill a lot of our enemies. God's just calling us to do one thing, two things. To love him and to love our neighbors as ourselves. That's what you are called to do. And in this world of doubt, you don't return it with anger and more doubt. You respond to that doubt of other people with love and service. They doubt God and you say, "I know he's true. I know he's alive. And that is why I love you. And that's why I serve you." It's hard in this world right now to be Christian sometimes. But we need to remember, in this world of doubt, we cling to the truth of God, what he has said to us, and we do what he has called us to do. Simply love. Love him, to love one another. Have a great day, Mount Calvary. Enjoy your weekend.